Will Midnighter and Apollo be reunited once again, even if it means coming to blows with Superman? Well, let's hop into the pages of Action Comics number 1041 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the book, we're actually reintroduced to Bala Esh, aka the Falasian storyteller here on Warworld. This guy was clearly meant to be very, very important, as Philip Kennedy Johnson introduced this guy and planted seeds with him all the way back during that Superman Future State storyline, as well as the annual before Warworld Saga even began. Bala, it seems, has been riding the highways and byways of Warworld, telling stories of the greatness of Superman and how one day he will save the entire planet from Mongul. Obviously, these sorts of stories make him no friends amongst the Blood Priests, who decide to put him to death for crimes against the one who holds all the chains. Man, Warzoons really are the toughest editorial staff. Luckily, Bala is saved thanks to the intervention of Midnighter, who has been on a one-man crusade to try and save the man he loves, Apollo, from powering the red sun generators under the planet. While Superman has been fighting one giant war of attrition against Mongul and his ideology by trying to live by example and show all the prisoners of Warworld there's a better way, Midnighter has been going about things, let's say, differently. He's been fighting one giant guerrilla war, hitting work camps, killing blood priests, and rescuing slaves to join his ever-growing resistance force. It's all been an uphill battle, to say the least, mainly because so many of these Warzone slaves don't want to be free. They fully bought into the whole chain ideology of Mongul and Warworld. And again, where Superman would probably give a speech or take a hit for these guys, Midnighter just tells them that they suck a bunch. They think they're cool warrior badasses. Also proud of how long their chain is, but really it's a leash and a noose around their neck, and that if they really want to live like free men and women, they better join him. In a hilarious turn too, Midnighter goes on these daring raids draped in a red cloak to try and obscure his identity, which looks a lot like a cape, which means a lot of people on Warworld think he's actually Superman. Yes, the Blood Priests really are that bad at telling people from Earth apart. Geez, and you thought Midnighter had it bad enough when people kept saying he looked so much like Batman. Now they're saying he looks like Superman too? Now it's after this something really interesting begins to occur. Between all the good uplifting work that Superman is doing in the arena, all the fear that Midnighter is sowing in the hearts of the Warzoons, and all of these amazing stories that Bala Esh is telling, slowly but surely the mood on Warworld begins to change amongst the enslaved. They actually start creating their own version of the House of El symbol and wearing it as a call to action. Also, hey, while we're on the subject of Bala Esh's stories, obviously he's telling some of the most famous Superman tales, like when Superman defeated Death and Doomsday. But as you may or may not recall from the annual, this guy seemingly has a lot of information about things that are going to happen in the future, things that haven't happened yet at all. Now, as we also discover, Midnighter isn't just going around killing Warzoons willy-nilly. He's looking for one particular engineer that helped construct the prison that Apollo is now trapped in. The engineer says that there's no way of getting Apollo out from powering the red sun generator without A, killing him, and B, blowing up a good chunk of the planet while they're at it. Not that any of that serves to dissuade Midnighter, quite the opposite. He's more resolute now than ever that he needs to break on in there and save the man that he loves. Bala Esh tries to get him to reconsider, or at least to slow things down. The resistance army they have now is strong, but not nearly strong enough for what Midnighter wants to do. Furthermore, even if he does manage to save Apollo, killing many in the process, there's still the matter of the Mother and Mongul's elite fighting force. They were able to beat Superman and the Authority once before, so what's stopping them from doing it all over again? Before Midnighter can give a full rebuttal, though, word ends up reaching his ears that the fighting pits are about to be purged. That, of course, is pretty bad, because that's where Superman, Steel, Omak, and the others are currently residing. At the end of the last issue, Superman had caught word of this too, and instead of going right back to the arena pits, he decided to swing by Midnighter and ask for his help, even though they're not exactly on the same page currently. All of this, of course, asks the bigger question: why exactly is Mongul choosing to terminate all of them right now, when before he was totally okay using them as pawns in his bigger scheme? Well, the answer to that question may end up coming as a surprise to you, because I know it certainly did for me. It seems that Omak actively turned on the rest of the Authority. No doubt still holding a major grudge against Superman and the others for the ultimate fate of Light Ray, the person that they were supposed to protect. Actually, speaking of which, for the first time ever in this series, the Warzoons actually refer to Omak as he. I know this character's pronouns were meant to be kind of mysterious. I don't know if he is actually the proper term, considering that it was Mongols guys who said it, and well, you know, they're villains. So let's just put a fork in that topic until later. As the comic comes to a close, Superman, Midnighter, and the others lead a very brave assault on the pits to try and defend the Phalasians from getting murdered at the hands of Mongols' forces. And so that was Action Comics number 1041, everybody, and once again, I really enjoy what's being done here in the Warworld Saga, especially in this issue that turns everything we've seen before kind of on its head by switching perspective. Up until now, we've seen Superman's best attempt at trying to win this unwinnable battle by trying to win the hearts and minds of all of those on Warworld, and here we get to see what Midnighter would do if he was running the show. Obviously, his tactics are violent, maybe even a little unhinged, and yet you can't say he's totally unsympathetic either. He's doing all of this because of love. Though perhaps that love is so blinding and so unencompassing it means Midnighter isn't afraid to let more people die. And Lord only knows Apollo would probably be the first person to chastise him for that sort of action if he was around right now. Once again, I'd give this one another 8 out of 10. Warworld Saga continues to be a consistently enjoyable Superman story.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.